Hello and welcome. My name is Frances and I will be taking you through a 60-minute yoga practice today on improving your balance. Now, most likely if you're tuning in today and doing this video, you enjoy working on your balance. But there is many people out there that do not like working on their balance. More than likely because it's challenging. It's not easy. Although having good balance is very important for your body. As we work on our balance today, we're going to be getting our core muscles stronger, and that strength will give us that stability we need to be able to have better balance. And as many of you might already know, as we age, our balance starts to go, our strength starts to go. So it's very important to be practicing poses that help improve balance and core stability. So to make this even a more enjoyable class for you today, let go of any expectations. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. So go with what feels right for your body today, what options are working. And I'm going to be giving lots of options today, so take the ones that feel and work best for you. Now we're going to begin our class sitting down onto our heels. So all we need today is our yoga mat. So let's make our way all the way down to sitting onto the heels. We'll be facing through the side here. Feel free to do the same. Now, if this seated position doesn't work for your body, maybe it's a little much for the feet or the ankles or knees, then feel free to come to sitting with the legs crossed or the legs stretched forward. We won't be here for very long. Now we're going to sit nice and tall so the chest is lifted. We can relax our shoulders and close our eyes. And start to bring focus to our breath, breathing softly. And allowing our mind to relax. Any thoughts we're holding on to, let's put them aside. As we take this time to connect to our mind, body, and breath. And once you feel ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to be coming up to our hands and knees. So we're going to set up a tabletop position. So having your knees right underneath our hips and hands on our shoulders, let's spread our fingers into our mat. This is not working for your wrist today. You can try making fists instead. We can use that modification anytime we're on the hands today. Now, setting up for a pointer pose, we find a neutral spine and draw the abdominals in. Now let's lift our right leg and left arm. Arm and leg is straight as we reach out through the fingers and toes. So those core muscles that I told you about at the start of class, the shoulders, abdominals, back, and glutes, those are your core muscles, and those are the ones that are going to work a lot today to help support and stabilize our body. And those are the muscles that will be getting stronger. Now let's lower hand and knee. Maintain that neutral spine, abdominals in. We're now going to lift our left leg and right arm. So reaching out through the fingers and toes, feeling that length through the body. We're balancing many different ways today, from standing to kneeling, on the hands, on the buttocks, tailbone. Now let's lower hand and knee. We'll do that one more time for each side. Let's lift right leg and left arm. Start to notice how your balance is today. Now let's lower hand and knee. As we'll then lift left leg and right arm. So depending on how we will be balancing today, it's going to be a little different. So we might feel it to be easier balancing on the hands and knees opposed to standing. Or maybe our standing balance will better than our kneeling ballads. We'll discover that today. Now let's lower the hand and knee, and we'll set up for plank. So hands come right to the front of our mat, still shoulder distance as we spread our fingers. Let's keep the abdominals in, bring the chest forward, so wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and lift our knees. From plank, we're going to push the buttocks back to downward dog, as we'll move now into our sun salutations, warming up our body and getting our blood circulating. So at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, spine, side, forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Bend your knees as much as needed as we set our hands for plank. Then we'll step back to plank, abdominals in. To begin with, we can lower to knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Tuck the elbows in all the way and take it all the way down and curl toes. Inhale, start with cobra, baby back bend. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. Here we tilt our tailbone up towards the ceiling and continue to push the buttocks back. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, loop between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, spine, side, forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands into mat. Either step or the option to hop back to plank. We can lower to the knees, or for more, stay on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Take it all the way down and curl toes. Inhale the cobra. Once the spine feels ready for more, come to upward dog. Engage the legs, squeeze the glutes, and lift the lower body. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. Here we spread our fingers, firmly press them down into our mat, and nod our chin in towards our chest. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. One more time. Exhale, spine, side, forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands into mat. Either step or hop back to plank. Knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga. Coming to upward dog option, it comes halfway down where we stay hovered on curl toes. Then inhale, upward dog. Chest is open, shoulders down and back. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. So we can start to acknowledge how our body is feeling today. Making sure to listen to our body. If we ever need to rest, we can sit back in a child's pose. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together, gaze happy thumbs. Exhale, mounting pose. Now coming to our intense pose, we're going to draw the abdominals in, bend the knees and sit back. Arms come up alongside our ears, reaching through the fingertips. That brings any pain to the shoulders. Maybe have your arms reaching straight ahead. Instead, another option is to prayer. So you decide. Now adding in the work for balance, we're going to lift the heels and come up to the balls of our feet. And let's try not to lean forward. Let's keep our chest lifted. So a lot of work today as well to help strengthen the wrists and ankles. Now let's lower the heels down. Exhale, spine, side, forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands into mat. Either step or hop back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now let's inhale, bend our knees, and take right foot through into lunge. Center lunge, then we'll inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up to a straight line, shoulder height. Preparing for airplane. Let's draw the abdominals in, push off, and find balance on our right foot. Arms and legs are straight. Reach out through the fingers and toes. See how our standing balance is today? We need more. We're going to tip forward as we aim to bring our body parallel to the floor. Now taking this into our floating half moon, keep that right foot where it is and revolve open to the left side. Open our hips and chest. With the arms in a straight line, right fingers reach towards our mat without touching down, and left fingers reach up to the ceiling. Now making our way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips. From here, making our way back to our lunge, let's lean forward and set our hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then we'll inhale, bend our knees and take left foot through into lunge. Center lunge. Then we'll inhale, lift your heart, sweep the arms up to that straight line, shoulder height. Preparing for airplane, we draw the abdominals in, push off, and find balance on our left foot. So arms and legs straight, reach out through the fingers and toes. More is needed. We're going to tip from the hips, so we aim to bring our body parallel to the floor. Now taking this into our floating half moon, keep that left foot where it is and revolve open to the right side. Open our hips and chest. The arms in that straight line, left fingers reach towards our mat without touching down, and right fingers reach the ceiling. Now making our way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips. From here, making our way back to our lunge. Let's lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So we start to feel now that warmth building in our body. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Once again, inhale, bend our knees, sit back, lift our heart, arms up, lengthen and reach. Back into intense pose. So let's lift the heels, come up to the balls of our feet. Check in with our posture, chest is up, look straight ahead. Try not to look down. Once we start to look down, it will cause us to lean forward and maybe even to lose our balance to fall forward. Now let's lower the heels down. Exhale, spine, side forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands into mat. Either step or hop back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Center lunge. And inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up to that straight line, shoulder height. To airplane, draw the abdominals in, push off and find balance. More is needed, tip from the hips and come parallel to the floor. Now let's open up to floating half moon. Now making your way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips. And coming back to our lunge. Lean forward, center hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take left foot through into lunge. Center lunge. Then inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms out to that straight line, shoulder height. To airplane, draw the abdominals in, push off, and find balance. Reach, and if more is needed, tip from the hips, come parallel to the floor. Try to maintain that nice long spine. Now that we start to round our back. Good posture will help us with our balance today. Now let's open up a floating half moon. Now making our way back to our airplane, squaring off our hips. Then coming back to our lunge. Lean forward, center hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And at the end for our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. One more time. Inhale, bend our knees, sit back. Lift our heart, arms up, lengthening reach. So let's lift the heels, come up to the balls of our feet. If we now would like a bit more work into the lower body, then bend the knees and sit lower. Now let's lower the heels. Exhale, spine side forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands into mat. Either step or hop back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Center lunge. Inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, straight line, shoulder height. Then we'll push off into airplane. Now let's open up to floating half moon. Making our way back to our airplane and coming back to our lunge. Leaning forward, center hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take left foot through into lunge. Center lunge. Inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, straight line, shoulder height. Then we'll push off into airplane. Now let's open up your floating half moon. Now making our way back to airplane and coming back to our lunge. Lean forward, center hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together, gaze happy thumbs. Exhale, mountain pose. Wonderful. Now that we're fully warmed up, we're going to work a little bit more into our standing balance. And this time we're going to be standing on one foot for a little bit longer. We're going to be coming into our standing staff pose, followed by balancing pigeon. So the abdominals drawing for a core stability. As the right foot stays grounded, we're going to lift the left knee. We're going to bring that knee up, hip height, and flex the foot. Now feel free to stay with this, especially if our hamstrings today are feeling tight. If they're not, option to extend the leg forward so the leg is straight and parallel to the ground. So if we're feeling the leg dropping down, we might be better off with the knee bend today. So you decide. Remember, letting go of any expectations, staying present. With the arms, we're going to come up alongside our ears as we're reaching up to the ceiling, standing tall. So we try to avoid leaning to the side, or very common I see with this is people tend to lean back. That will help if the intention of trying to lift the leg, but we will actually want to use the strength for hip flexor or quadding abdominals to keep that leg up. Now we're going to take this into balancing pigeon. Bring your left ankle onto right thigh, keep the foot flexed. We're going to bend that supported leg sitting down into an imaginary chair. So you're going to feel that use of flexibility in the hips and glutes to sit down. Continue to reach up nice and long with the arms. To help with balance, we can also pick a spot straight ahead to focus on. Focus and concentration will also help with your balance today. Once our mind starts to drift off, that's when we'll start to lose our balance. So become aware of that today. Now the strength of our right glute, let's squeeze back up. Release the arms down, uncross the left leg, lower foot, and let's prepare for the other side. So the left foot's going to stay grounded, and we're going to lift that right knee. Flex the foot. So again, your option to keep the knee bent, leg at a 90-degree angle, or extending the leg forward with strength and energy, engaging the leg, nice and strong, pushing the sole of your foot straight ahead. Now let's bring the arms back up alongside our ears, reaching up to the ceiling, standing tall. Don't forget to breathe. Now taking this into our balancing pigeon, bring your right ankle onto left thigh, keep the foot flexed. When ready, bending that supported leg, sitting down into that imaginary chair. See if we have that flexibility today to sit as low as we did on the other side. Might feel some differences today from one side to another, not just with the flexibility, but with our balance and strength. But we're working on creating better balance in our body today. Bring our focus back to that spot in the room. Now the strength of our left glute, let's squeeze back up. From here we can release the arms and cross the leg, lower foot. Now coming to our goddess pose, our feet are going to come wide. And we're going to turn the toes out at a 45-degree angle. So we don't want to be super wide using the full length of our mat, but our feet are wide. What we're gonna do here is bend the knees. Sinking into our goddess squat, the knees open out wide in line with ankles, so we wanna avoid the knees caving in. So use that flexibility of the inner thighs and groin to do that. Tailbone is sinking to the ground, hands to prayer at our heart center, heart is lifting up. So we're avoiding leaning forward. Now adding in the work from balance, let's lift the heels up to the balls of our feet. Make sure that didn't cause you to come up here. Let's stay down low. Feel that strength in your lower body to help support your balance here. We're tensing up in the neck and shoulders. Relax those muscles. Now let's lower the heels down. Strength of our lower body, squeeze the glutes, and let's come up to standing and release from prayer. Pivot the feet forward, and let's step back in. We're now going to be coming into tree pose, followed by star. So let's draw the abdominals in. As the right foot stays grounded, we have a few options. We can bring the left foot by the inner part of our ankle with the toes facing down, so knee faces out to the side. We like a little bit more for our balance. Bring the foot to the inner shin or inner thigh. So see where that foot needs to be placed today. Hands will come to prayer at our heart center. Lengthen our spine, lift our heart. Now taking this into our star, we're going to extend the arms and that left leg, reaching open out, spread the fingers, open the chest, point the toes. Now let's lower arms and legs. Very nice. Let's try that now on the other side. So the left foot will stay grounded, and we'll try to get the right foot to the same spot you had it on the other side. Again, to create that balance in our body, especially if we're feeling really imbalanced. With our practice, we can build that better balance from one side to another. Hands come back to prayer at our heart center. Lengthen our spine, lift our heart. Now taking this into star, let's open the arms and extend the right leg. Reach, point the toes, spread the fingers. Now let's lower arms and legs. Wonderful. We're going to be coming back now to our mounting pose. So you can bring yourself to the front of your mat, feet together, lengthen our body, lift our heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, spine, side forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward, hands same to that. Either step or hop back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now we're going to get a feel for more poses where we're balancing and using our hands. So we're going to begin here in downward dog with our balancing dog.
So we're going to be using now a lot more upper body strength. Now your choice, if you're still building up that strength in the upper body, then you're going to stay right here in downward dog. Now if we are going into balancing dog, we'll start as we extend the right leg all the way up, legs straight, toes pointed. You're going to open your hip as you open up towards the right side. You're going to stay open and bend the right knee as that heel drops down towards the left buttock. Now we're still pushing through both hands evenly. You'll look at your left knee. See how your strength feels here with that balance, like a three-legged dog. Now if we're really strong here, know we have that upper body strength, we can try to reach that left hand up and grab a hold of our right foot. If that's not happening today, we're going to keep that hand down, especially if your hands are slipping like mine. It's always safety first, so if that's happening, just keep your hands down today and just continue to open up. Get really used to this one-legged dog before we reach up and grab a hold of our foot. And if you're holding on to that foot, you can bring that hand back into your mat. Let's all lower that right leg. We're going to reset here in downward dog, spread fingers and push the buttocks back. We continue to hold here or go to the other side as we extend the left leg all the way up, legs straight, toes pointed. Now we're going to open our hip up towards the left side. So open and bend that left knee, heel drops down towards right buttock. Now draw your abdominals in, look at your right knee. See how we feel for this side. Again, your choice to stay right here. Feeling really strong in the arms today and we're not slipping, then you're going to take that right hand, reach up and grab a hold of your left foot. But if you're sliding, again, safety foot first, both hands stay down. You've been quite active, so if we're starting to get sweaty palms, that's quite normal here. Working on balance takes a lot of strength. More than likely, you're going to feel a lot of different muscles tomorrow. If not later today. In a good way though. I hope it's a good way. Now hand can release from foot, and then heading to your mat, and then we're all going to lower that left leg. Now here in downward dog, we're going to lower it down to the knees and then curl the toes. We're going to come now into our kneeling one-legged bow. So let's start as we sit up that tabletop, just like how we started class. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, spread fingers, or again that option to make fist. You decide. And so we'll begin with pointer pose. Draw the abdominals in, lift right leg and left arm. Finding that length and your choice to stay here. Going all the way into the kneeling one-legged bow, you're going to bend the right knee, left arm sweeps back, hand grabs a hold of the top of our foot. Now we're going to use the strength through the backside of our body and the flexibility through the front of our body as we lift our foot and chest up towards the ceiling and look straight ahead. So we find ourselves here into a back bend, extension into the spine. So the abdominals will probably be relaxing here, but the shoulders, the back and glutes are strongly working. Now hand can release. Bring that hand and knee back down to our mat. Reset with this neutral spine, abdominals in. To our pointer, this time we're going to lift left leg and right arm. Your choice again to stay here. Into the kneeling, one-legged bow. Let's bend the left knee, sweep the right arm back, hand grabs a hold of the top of our foot. With that strength and flexibility, lift our foot and chest up towards the ceiling and look straight ahead. Now hand can release, bring that hand and knee back down to our mat. Now from here, we're going to come up to our knees, and you can turn yourself to face me, since we'll be using the ends of our mat here.
Now let's take the right leg out to the side, foot into our mat, and square your body so it's facing towards me, all right? Avoid pushing buttocks back, hips are gonna stay forward. Now we can bring that left hand down to our mat, but if it's causing us to push the buttocks back, come up higher onto your finger pads, or if you have a yoga block, you can bring that underneath your hand. We're gonna reach that right arm up straight above the shoulder as we spread our fingers. Draw your abdominals in, squeeze your glutes. If you're ready to work on balance, lift your right foot and point the toes. We still need more, we're gonna look up at our thumb. Now let's look forward and lower that right foot. Strength of our side abdominals, obliques. We're gonna come back up and let's bring that right knee in. Other side, so left leg comes out to the side, foot into our mat, squaring your body facing forward. Let's bring that right hand down to our mat, or using a block again if needed. We'll reach that left arm up straight above the shoulder as we spread our fingers. Draw the abdominals in, squeeze the glutes. And when you're ready to balance, lift the left foot, point the toes. If we need more, look up at your thumb. Now let's look forward. We'll lower that left foot. With that strength, let's come back up and we'll bring that left knee in. All right, we'll finally get off our knees. We're gonna bring ourselves to sitting. Now we're gonna be balancing on our buttocks as we come to our boat pose. So let's bend our knees, have our feet and knees together, and draw those abdominals in, especially the lower abdominals, the transverse abdominals. Now, instead of being on the sitting bones here, let's lean back slightly. So we're gonna be balancing on the buttocks. Arms reach ahead. Let's see how that abdominal strength here is feeling. If we can, we're gonna lift the feet. That's where we feel that work for balance. Option for more work, we're gonna extend the legs up to the ceiling. If that's too much, just keep your knees bent. Try not to hold the legs or reach the arms forward. Make sure we're breathing as well. Now hands can grab hamstrings. We'll bend the knees, lower feet. With our strength, let's come on up. We're now going to come to our wide leg seated balance, where we're going to be balancing on the sitting bones. So open your knees, flex your feet, and take your first and second fingers around the insides of your big toes. Now we will be bouncing on the sitting bones, but to start with, we're going to bounce on the buttocks. So let's tilt back to the buttocks, just like boat. Draw the abdominals in, and from here, lift your heels up. Doesn't have to be height, just lift them up about 1 inch or 2, and feel those abdominals working for you here. And this strength helps support the body, helps with balance and stability. Now, if we're pretty strong and stable here, you can start to push your feet out to the sides of the room, work on getting the legs straight. See if we have that flexibility in the hamstrings, groin and inner thighs today to do that. If not, that's okay. And if we're still stable in here with those legs straight, this is where we start to balance on the sitting bones. So we really need to pay attention to our body, slowly bringing the pelvis upright and lengthening the spine, all at the same time. Shoulders draw down from ears. If we're bouncing on the sitting bones, keep those abdominals engaged, tilt back onto the buttocks. From here, we can all bend the knees, lower heels, fingers release, and slide the legs forward. All right, everything else now is down on our back. We're gonna actually be coming into bridge or wheel and adding in our one-legged balance. So when you're ready, you can bring yourself to the front of your mat. We'll use our abdominal strength to roll down. Knees bent, belly in, reach your arms ahead, and when ready, round the spine, slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. No rush, so take your time. The last thing that will lower will be the back of your head. And once it does, we can relax our abdominals and set up for our back bend. So as mentioned, two options, bridge or wheel. For both poses, we're going to have our feet into our mat, hip distance apart, ankles in line with knees, toes point straight ahead. For bridge, squeeze your buttocks, push through your feet, and lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling as far as you can. Then we can slide the arms in, interlace the fingers, arms are straight. Let's position ourselves right up to the upper arms and shoulders by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Upper back is off our mat, and see if we're able now to lift up higher. Now, if you're coming into wheel instead, you're going to set your hands into your mat alongside ears, elbows up. So the hands and feet are firmly grounded. Squeeze the buttocks, push through the hands and feet, and start by kneading, coming up on top of your hand. And then when you're ready, you can push all the way up to wheel and look down between the palms of your hands. Now here in your choice of back bend, we're going to add that one-legged balance. Keep your right foot grounded. Lift your left foot, bring that knee so it faces up to the ceiling. Now let's extend the legs straight as the toes now point up to the ceiling. Now let's bend that knee, lower that foot down, reset your bridge or wheel, keep squeezing the glutes so you can get that pelvis up higher. So as the left foot stays grounded, we're going to lift the right foot, bring that knee up facing to the ceiling, and then extend the legs straight. Toes now point up to the ceiling. Now let's bend that right knee, lower that right foot. If we're in wheel, lower slowly and safely on top of your head. You can tuck your chin in, lower your back and head down. If in bridge, release the fingers and tuck the upper arms and shoulders and slowly roll it down. Once we come down, let's draw our knees into our chest. Hug the knees in and rock side to side. Massaging your lower back. And coming into a gentle spinal twist, let's open the arms out, straight line shoulder height, palms, gaze up to the ceiling. Let's lower the knees down to our right side. Relax the arms, shoulders. Let's turn our gaze and look towards our left fingertips. Starting to relax our body here. Let's bring our head back to center. And as the knees come back up, we're going to lower them down to our left side. Say lower again, let's relax and turn our gaze and look towards our right fingertips.
Bring the knees back up and then twist. Once again, let's hug them in. Rock side to side. And moving now into our relaxation and meditation. We can lower our feet down to our mat. Slide the legs forward and a bit further apart. Having our arms at our sides. Draw our shoulders down from our ears. Palms of our hands gaze up. Once we settle in, you can close your eyes. Soften your eyelids. And relax your jaw. Lips gently seal. Tongue resting gently on the palate of your mouth. Soften all the muscles of your face. And start to scan your body. From the tips of your toes, all the way out through the crown of your head. Notice some areas you're holding on to, and now letting go. And allow your mind to relax. Any thoughts you're still holding on to, put them aside. And focus on your breath. Allow your mind and body to experience complete relaxation. And for any healing that needs to take place, to happy now.
Now begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Deepen your breath. Slowly waking your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. In your time, you can slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees into your heart and give yourself a great big hug for taking the time to honor your mind, body, and spirit. And keeping your eyes closed, you can roll over to your favorite side into a fetal position. And again, in your time, you can slowly make your way up to sitting. Then we can cross our legs, bring hands on knees, palms gaze up. Lengthen our spine and allow our heart to lift. And acknowledge the change in our mind and body, filled now with positive energy to take with us and to share that positive energy with others. Now let's end with a deep inhale. Sweep our arms above our head. Bring palms together and draw them down to our heart center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. May there be peace in your heart and the world around you. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me here today and taking a risk and being brave to spend an hour working on your balance. I'm hoping that you're already feeling the benefits of the practice today, and if not, surely as you continue to work it and practice on your balance, it will improve. Other than that, enjoy your day, and I hope to see you back here soon.